All right, so Ian, how critical of a win was this, beating a rival and then coming back in the second half?
Yeah, it sounds a little nuts, right? Talking about a critical win in late January of an 82-game season that goes to April. But for this Knicks team, look, they were 0-2 against Atlanta coming into this game. And you look at the last few home games here, they lost 3 of 4. It was an ugly one on Friday night. That there was some kind of ill feelings coming out of that one. So, yeah, they needed a win today against this Hawk team. Now you have the Nets Tuesday. Maybe you get a win there and positive momentum swinging in the other direction because, things had been a little rocky for this club. So certainly important win for them today against Trae Young and the Hawks.
Yeah, basketball is a game of runs both on and off the court. Let's switch over to the defense, though. 24 turnovers in this one, including 9 by Trae Young. They're putting the pressure, forcing all those. How was the Knicks defense able to lock him up?
Yeah, Mikal Bridges, it starts there, right? I mean, he had that fantastic possession in the first half where he chased Trae Young, stayed in front of him from the three-point line to the paint, forced a 24-second violation, and Bridges seemed to bother Young a lot this afternoon. Some of those 9 turnovers were unforced, just sloppy play from Trae Young, but you certainly credit the Knicks defense. And Bridges mentioned Karl-Anthony Towns being up in the pick and roll as something that was a little bit different, that was effective against Atlanta, so maybe that's something to look at against these Nets coming up, and then they have a few games later this week, so keep an eye on how Towns is defending that pick and roll.
All right, let's talk about Cat here for a second. First game back from the injury, clearly not 100%, so what have you heard about the thumb injury being a factor in his play?
I don't think it's a major sprain. I think he was feeling pretty good the other day when he didn't play against Minnesota. So now that he's on the court, that's obviously a good sign. The bone chip, that's something that you're going to have to monitor. That's something that he's going to try to play through. But I think, what you saw today was maybe just a little bit of rust. I don't know how much it's going to affect his shot. I think he thought he got hit a few times, didn't get foul calls, and maybe he usually goes to the line on those attempts. So maybe the numbers look a little different if he gets the whistle he usually gets. But yeah, that bone chip is something to keep an eye on, certainly for Karl-Anthony Towns.